So today I'm going to do mine on my way to work. Today's topic was family. I am from a very large family. My mother and father got a divorce when I was about 1, maybe 2. And they both already had children from previous marriages. And I was the youngest of my mothers. My mom had 6 kids. She had me, my sister, with my father. And then my 2 older brothers from her are both from different dads. And then I had another brother and a sister from her who didn't make it through infancy. One of my older sisters passed away when she would have been like 2.5. She died in a car accident. And then another one, my other brother, he didn't make it past a couple of hours. He was born early. He was premature. I don't really know all the story behind it, all of what happened. I just know that he was born prematurely and he didn't make it more than a couple of hours. My dad also had 6 kids himself. He had, of course, me and my sister. I do have a younger brother with a different mom. And then he had 3 other children when he was abroad in the military. As far as I know, 2 of them are from Germany and 1 is from England. I know it's 2 brothers and a sister. I've never met any of those 3. By the time I was born, they were already in their teens. I'm not the youngest in the family, but I'm it's going to be like the 3rd to youngest by the time everything plays out. My stepmother, the mother of my younger brother, I should say, she had 3 boys. So she had my younger brother with my dad, and when she came into the marriage, she already had 1 son. And then she had another son after they split up. So that's 12, 15 right there. And then my other stepmother had 2 girls who, by the time my dad got into a relationship with her, they were already 16 and 19. So I didn't really get to spend much time with them. I did get to know the younger one fairly well, because I was like, I think it was like 13, 14 at the time. I may have been younger than that. But beyond that, my stepdad had 6 children. Let's see, so that's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's 23. I've been counting 22 this whole time, but not entirely sure why. So there were 23 of us. He had 4 boys and 2 girls. One of his kids I've never met. Yeah, most of the family doesn't even know anything about her anymore. Let's see. Other than that, my mother adopted 3 of my step cousins, which would have been my stepfather's cousin, or my stepfather's nieces. And I kept in contact with them for a couple of years, but I don't really talk to them anymore. I think they're still on my Facebook, but we don't really talk to each other. So I did come from a fairly large family, and even growing up, even though it was like my mom's, I wasn't living with my mom, I was living with my dad and my stepmom, there were still, at any given point in time, at least 4 kids living in the house. And then when I moved in with my mom, it was just me and my older sister, because everybody else was already older and had already, moved out of the house. So that kind of gives you a breakdown of my family. My dad passed away in 2003. My mom passed away in 2014. My dad's sister, my mom doesn't have any siblings left anymore. They all passed away. One of them passed away in the army. He was, I guess his convoy got blown up or whatever. I don't really know anything about it. And the other one, he was black sheep of the family. He died in a bar fight. I don't know. I remember hearing about it when I was like 7 or 8 or something like that. But I never knew them. I never knew my uncles. And I never knew my grandparents on my mother's side. My mom's mom pretty much just abandoned him. I don't know. There's some weird stuff in the family where we're like, we've heard that she was witness protection from like the mafia or something like that. I don't know. It was the fucking 40s. It was the 40s and the 50s, and there was a lot of weird shit going on back then, and it was Chicago. So, I guess she just left my mom and her brothers sitting on the porch one day, and never came back. They never found her again. We tried to trace her and track her down, see if she ever had any more kids, see when she died and everything like that, but names and social security numbers don't add up. Don't know. My dad's family, however, he had only one sibling. He had a sister. And his mom died in 92, and I believe Grandpa died in 90. It was either 96 or 98. Basically, when Grandma died, Grandpa just shut down. Like, his whole entire body just started shutting down. And they say it's not possible to die from a broken heart, but I think it is. I think that's what it was, because they had been together since the time Grandpa was 21. And he was in his 90s. So it was, I think it is entirely possible to die from a broken heart. So, let's see, Dad passed in 03. I think my aunt made it until, I want to say 2010, but it might have been 2009. It would have been late 2009 if it was. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to ask my cousin on that. I still talk to her all the time. I don't talk to her brother very often. We weren't all that close with him because he was with his mom most of the time. He's from a different marriage and stuff like that. So I know my aunt's husband, my uncle, just recently, I want to say it was like 2 years ago, passed away. So like all of our older generation is gone. It is just us kids, just us kids, and then our cousins. My stepdad and my stepmom are still alive, but they live on the other side of the country now. My stepdad lives in one of the Dakotas. I can't remember which one it is. And my stepmom, I believe she just moved to Arkansas. She was living in Arizona, but I believe she just moved to Arkansas. But I haven't talked to her in like 2 years. I get random updates from my brother, but and he's right now, he's in the military, and he's stationed over in Minnesota. wherever Minneapolis is. I can't remember. But he's over there. And then my sister still lives in the same town with me. We were living together, but when everything went down, she moved in with her girlfriend. So and then all of my others, I have all of my step siblings live in other states. My older brother, one of my older brothers lives upstate California, but contact with him has always been very strange. He'll drop off the radar for months at a time, and I'm messaging him on whatever platform we've been able to get a hold of him on, because that is the only thing that stays constant. His phone number changes every 3 months. I miss the hell out of him, but at the same time, he's doing his thing and he's trying to get his life straight. He's always been the black sheep of the family. He usually, when he drops off the radar, it means he's done jail time. And then when he comes back out, he's got to get himself back up off of his feet again and all that stuff. And so I don't really get to talk to him much. I miss the hell out of him. My other brother, currently I'm not quite sure whether he's still in San Francisco or if he went back to Vietnam with his wife. He studied abroad for 8 years and became an English teacher in Vietnam. So by that time I was like 19, and he's lived in Vietnam since I was like 10 or 11. And he comes back when he needs to update his passports and his visas and stuff, because he can't. Vietnam does not allow dual citizenship unless you are born into it. So my nephew actually has dual citizenship. He was born in America, but he has citizenship to Vietnam because his mother's from Vietnam. And she, of course, is retaining her citizenship to Vietnam so that they can go over there for work and everything. So he comes back when he needs to renew his visa. They stay here. I know she's having some problems getting pregnant again. They want to have another kid, and she's having some problems. There was even talk about me possibly carrying one for, I don't know, weird family shit. But other than that, so all I have is my siblings and my cousins. Like I said, I do have my step-parents, but I don't really talk to either of them. Beyond that, everybody else I have is like families that have basically just adopted me into their family. Like my ex-husband's family. Me and my ex-husband, when we split up, it was not on good terms. We basically didn't talk to each other for 2 years, to the exception of, hey, I'm picking up the kids at this time. Hey, I'm dropping off the kids at this time. Hey, I need you to pick up the kids at this time. Whatever. It was, we ignored the big elephant in the room. And then it kind of, I was already over it, but he kind of finally got over the whole situation, and we came back to where we were friends, and we're friends now, and it's a really weird situation living with him, but we have 3 children together, and then my ex-boyfriend and I were still in that, fuck you, I don't want to talk to you phase, and we only have the 1 child. And basically the only time we talk is maybe the 20 to 30 minutes to give each other the rundown of what's going on, and that's about it. So I have 4 children. I have 3 girls and a boy. If you watch some of my other videos, you'll see them. My sister is gay and does not have any children. My brother is in the Navy and does not have any children. He was dating my best friend for a while, but that just recently ended. one of my brothers, see, my older brother from it's my little brother's older brother, my stepmom's son from another marriage. He's in his 40s and he doesn't have any children. He's never been married. There was a couple of girls that he almost married, but he has atypical epilepsy or something like that. He has a certain type of seizures that basically, if he's not careful and he doesn't take his meds properly, he has grand mal seizures all the time. He doesn't have any other kind of seizure. The little ones don't happen to him. He always has the grand mals, so he ends up forgetting who he is and where he is for a couple of hours, and he's kind of an asshole sometimes. But it's all mental stuff, and there's nothing that he can do about it. He's the one that uses uses marijuana for his seizures. Let's see. Other than that, I haven't talked to most of my stepbrothers and stepsisters in a long time. Just basically because my stepdad's kids, they're all just out there. I don't have a better word for it. They're all just out there. Not without being cruel. And I don't want to be cruel, because they are my family and I do love them, but I don't talk to them. Half of them have had drug addiction problems, so what is with the traffic today? And yes, I am driving through the middle of nowhere. I don't know how much you can see through the windows. I literally drive 45 minutes to work every day, so I got about halfway through and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do my vlog today. I won't upload it until after work, so it won't be actually uploaded until like after midnight, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it already. Let's see what else. Can't really think of anything else. So, my ex-husband's family basically adopted me in, and even when me and him weren't really talking, I was still going over and hanging out with his sisters. Me and one of his sisters are really good friends, and then I'm decent friends with another one of his sisters, and like his whole family, like we all still hung out and everything. His mom still, gives me hugs and says I love you and everything, and they are the quintessential Scottish clan. They basically, my phone is vibrating all over the place. They basically adopt anybody and everybody, so they're a pretty cool family. But they're a large family. They only have 2 biological children themselves, and then everybody else is adopted. The final total on kids is 7. Each one of those kids has at least 3 kids, to the exception of 1. So you can imagine. And none of our kids are older. I think the oldest kid is 11 right now. So all of our kids haven't even reached their teen years yet, and are you seriously? Oh my God, these people. What is going on with this traffic? So all of our kids are under their teen years. They're not even, and they're all pretty close because we all live in the same damn town. There's only one of us that doesn't live in town, and that's because he was in the Marines. He did like 2 tours in Iraq and 3 in Afghanistan. And in 3 of those 5 tours, he came back with narrow misses. One, he came back, he's got a scar right here where a bullet passed that close to his face. And it's a heat burn, and it goes, you can actually see there's a line, it starts right here and it goes up past his ear. but he's a cool little kid. I can't goof around with him like I used to. I shouldn't call him a kid anymore. He's not really a kid. But I can't goof around like I used to with him. I have to be careful of PTSD and stuff like that. But it's, you know, we're a cool little family. Well, not little by any means. But, you know, so it's basically, my side is a bunch of siblings that still randomly talk to each other, and basically we just all drifted apart and fell apart after mom and dad died. And then his side is all pretty close-knit. They've all lived in the same town all of their lives. I'm closer with his family than I was with my own. So, the fact that even though we're not together anymore, we're not married anymore, and they're still willing to support me and call me their daughter, is actually pretty cool. I love his parents to death. His mom might be a little crazy, but I love her. You know. But that's the basic rundown of my family. You know, so in the end, I'm the third youngest in my family. I'm one of the middle children. Growing up, I was the middle child, and I hated it because everything of mine was passed down, and it got passed down even further. What could be passed down anyway? You know, and while Dad and my stepmom were at work, I was taking care of my little brother. In the later years, when my dad and my stepmom split up, I was taking care of my brother until he moved in with his mom, and then I moved in with my mom. I don't know, there was a whole bunch of, and then I lived with my dad until he passed away, and then I moved back in with my mom. But, life wasn't easy. It wasn't. My family was very big and complicated. Finally got him to wave back to me. There's a construction area, and I drive through here every day, and I finally got the construction guy to wave back. I always wave at the construction guys that have to stand on the road out of respect for the fact that they are standing right there in danger, right on the road with cars that fly by at 60 miles an hour. So I always wave at them. I'm actually not going to be driving this way home anymore because they're installing steel plates over the holes that they're digging in the road, and those steel plates move, and it's scary. So I'm not driving that way anymore. On the way home, I'm going to take and jump up to the next highway. There's about 30 highways that intersect right here. They're main town highways. So they just kind of gather together and intersect into one and then split off again. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go because I'm going through a construction zone and I'm almost to work. And I look like a giant weirdo yelling at my phone. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go, and I'll talk to you next time. And as always, like, subscribe, share, comment. Have a good day. Have a good night.